Alrighty then, folks. Welcome back to episode 4 of Making Igloos. So in this episode, we are going to talk about this igloo we made that looks vaguely like a lesser-known Ultraman villain. We'll call him Bob. He also works at a postal service on the side for children for some reason. Except for the only difference is we mounted a giant fucking cannon to this one that works for some reason. And now, in actuality, we are back with some more MS Igloo 4. The Rezog episode. Or Zegog? Rezog? I don't remember. Apparently, oh yeah, this is an attack on Jaburo using a Zegog mounted to a giant space cannon. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't remember why they used a Zegog, but they did. I mean, like, they could have used a lot of other things, I guess. But this is basically a guy who is going to destroy Jaburo on his own with a slightly weaker version of the main gun of the Absolus, mounted to a Zegog. So it should be fun, right? We just went through a giant upgrade, so I don't know. I'm not actually comfortable with the units we have, but that should be easy. Space only, though. I don't remember very much of this episode. I'm told it's really spammy, though. So it should be interesting. I know I watched the 6th episode of Igloo, but I don't remember if I watched this one. I'm pretty sure I did, but it's been years. Like 2011, 2012, most likely. Uchuseki. Oh. Nambe.
アマゾン川流域にあるとされる地球連邦軍本拠地であり、広告軍にとってはジオン独立戦争開戦時からの第一攻略目標である。
Oh, I should clarify that this is in December. So I think Jaburo's already happened.
なぜならこのジャブローは基地施設だけではなく、モビルスーツや艦船の工場、艦隊クラスも停泊できるだけのドック、そして参謀本部までも備えており、名実ともに連邦軍の心臓部だからだ。
The attack on Jaburo happened before Odessa, which was on the 24th of November, so...
それゆえに
Or was it 20th of November?
陥落できれば、連邦軍そのものも崩壊させることができるとまで言われる。
Except for...
この難攻不落の要塞を目前にして敗戦を重ねてきた広告軍は
Oh, yeah.
オデッサでの戦闘後、徐々に地上での戦闘活動の継続が困難となり、
So,
戦局は
at
空へ
this...
と移っていった。
Dude, quit talking, damn it. At this point in the war, I don't think the Federation would crumble if Jaburo got destroyed, because they've retaken Dakar and the assembly there, or wherever the assembly was before that, but the earliest known place we know about is Dakar, so... Like, they've already retaken it, because Zeon's stuck in space, like, they've abandoned most of the planet. Besides, you know, Australia, which hasn't fallen yet for some reason. We'll get to that next time, though. I think that's the next campaign we're doing. No, it's Blue Destiny next.
宇宙世紀0079、戦場が空に移りゆくさなか、我々603に新たな任務が与えられた。
They're testing out the nuclear Zakus. They just mounted nukes onto Zakus and threw them at people, but they had to test them.
空へ向けて打ち上がってくる地球連邦軍の艦隊戦力を
Oh, that's what we're doing.
から抑止し、撃墜する。
Okay, so Jaburo had this massive fleet launch from, or the Federation had a massive fleet launch from Jaburo, and a lot of them were mounted onto these huge boosters because they weren't using mass drivers at this point, though mass drivers did exist. They weren't using them; they were just firing them straight up on rockets. Like, seriously, go look it up. It's kind of weird. But yeah, so while they're mounted on the rockets, if you destroy the rocket, the whole ship will explode because it's a bunch of jet fuel, basically. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to attack the ships that are flying up into the atmosphere.
衛星軌道上からの大気圏突入、そして降下姿勢のまま地上の標的に対して、そうだ、もはや戦局は603技術試験隊に対しても試験ではなく
But
実戦を要求していた。
you guys are using Zudas.
たとえこの技術が未来へつながることがなくとも、私はこの目で見技術が多くの人々を助ける未来の扉だとするなら、評価はその未来への扉を開く鍵だと私は 信じているから。
I think they're using Mirai for evaluation, which is Mirai is like to look at. That's kind of weird. Or it's not to look at, it's to see. Which I guess that makes sense? Like, I think they'd make their own word, but who knows, whatever. And hey, that thing we don't get for a while yet. We don't get that till the Battle of Aboku, which it's a Bigro mounted onto some sort of warship's chassis. I don't remember. One of them. Oh, Mobile Diver, that's what it's called. It's controlled by an attacked Zagok. Not Zegok, Zagok. Now it's a Zegok. I was vaguely waving at the screen. Ignore that. Oh, I guess that makes sense. They had spare Zegoks and they weren't fighting in the ocean anymore, so fuck it. But he's a Marine, he's in the Navy, you're in the Army, it's different. Actually, they are in the Navy. The Federation, or the Zeon Navy is the Army, and the Army is the Navy. But I guess they're in the same branch now, because that might have got retconned. Well, Marine has nothing to do with the... I'm not even going to. Look up the etymology on Marine. It has nothing to do with marine, like the water. There are the attendants who let in ships. Like, they would sit there and shoot over the bow of the ship as people got onto it. Most of the time, they're actually from land. They weren't even from the ships. But Britain carried, I think it was 2 squads of Marines per ship. And that somehow evolved into everyone has Marines. Usually what they did is they gave a bunch of sailors guns and told them to go on land. Worked out amazingly. Most of the time when you saw sailors doing ground action, there would be something like 98% casualty rates. Like, I'm not even kidding about that either. Like, legit 98% was good. And there's my bit of pirate knowledge for you all. I'm really good at the Age of Sail for no good reason. There it is, our prey, a tree. And look, 3 Salamuses. Too bad we'll never see a Trafalgar in this. God, that shaking like hurt my head. TV's way too close for that kind of thing. Yeah, a Trafalgar is a Salamis with 2 hangars mounted on it. It could carry, I think, 16 mobile suits? Like, I really want to see one used in, like, a show or a game or anything. But I think all we got was a photo novel with it included in, like, 1 picture. I'm pretty sure Bandai has forgotten they exist. Well, they're already in the satellite orbit, so it's not like they can go back up without another booster. I guess the ship could pick them up. That'd be really dicey, though. No, they're not actually sent to the front lines. They create beachheads, but you don't put them on the front line. You put standing troops on the front line. They're special forces if you're going by American standards. Was it going to be have the Zegok shoot down 6 ships in one turn? Or 3 ships in one turn? Oh hey, they painted it this time. Diffused Beam Cannon Kublum. Never heard of it. Kidato. Oh no! 9 of them gyms and 6 balls. Okay, we're leaving one of them alive this time. Not making that mistake again. Hey, I'm gonna make this completely unrational decision because my friend. Oh no! Because my character totally goes with that. Blah. I will stop making fun of the writing after we finish up Missing Link, because there's gonna be no point in making fun of the writing anymore. Just from the beginning of what I've translated, like, that shit's like 13-year-old fan fiction, just worse. Yay, we get to sortie our team. Also check the quest once we start this. Yes, we can do that. Unless you mean just him alone, then yeah, we're fucked. Oh. Well, we are indeed fucked, I think. Are these things considered air, or what? This one does more damage anyway, so... Merde. Yep, they're considered air. Alright, so we move away, we hit him, we move over, we hit this guy, and then we move back, we hit him again. We're not gonna have the energy to do that, though. We're gonna run out after we kill both of these two. But that's fine, and then we'll have 2 turns to get over here, and then we'll be able to kill this guy. That shouldn't be too hard. Assuming they don't include these ships as well, which... Are you guys carrying anything? A ball and 2 GMs? We're gonna leave one of these GMs alive so we can capture those guys, and just so it doesn't end abruptly like that other stage. Oops. Meant to go to lists, quest list. See, yeah, we'll get that eventually. Destroy all launching enemy ships within 6 turns. Alright, so to do the mission we have to Or we get the quest for doing the mission. That works. I'm curious about you. Though I like you already, you're just a giant cannon mounted on you. And 100% chance to hit. God, this thing is a monster. I love it so much. Question is, do we leave a GM or a ball alive? We might leave a ball alive because we can just surround them. We can surround them with 8 units. They won't be able to do anything about it. Also, do you have a detection thing? Because if you do, you're even better. Yeah, you have search function. And an eye field and Alice. I instantly approve. This is what I want from all my attacks, just unloading into the enemy. Though it does less damage than that other attack. And finally, we've used those two, so... You know, I'm really probably not going to show you the Beam Smart Gun because we've already seen it, like, many times. Alright. So, Yazonaru. 6-barreled missile launcher thing. Apparently it didn't attack me back, though I thought it could. Oh, and just barely didn't kill it. That's disappointing, Yazon. I expected better from you. You didn't even start to violate them. Okay, we've already got that, and do you have anything else inside of you? There's also 1 Zudo left, just for the record. Detector, I guess? Oh no, this one doesn't have a search function. Well, that's disappointing. If it had the search function, we'd get a plus 10% chance to hit. Yeah, that's even a one-hit kill. Apparently balls are worth 200 EXP. Shield Vulcan? And then Beam Spray is probably generic. I want to watch people get hit by a shield. That's what I'm curious about. Oh. There's legit Vulcans on that shield. Alright. Like, if you go look at there on the side, on the epaulets on the sides, there's, like, 3-barreled things. And for you... we gotta get your vigor up. You got to be vigorous. That's not a beam spray gun. That's a beam rifle, or a beam gun. Beam spray gun is more of a shotgun. they didn't have a good way to compress the mega particle beam, so they just like let it go and made it into a kind of shotgun thing. It's incredibly short ranged, but it's incredibly deadly. And Zaku's only had machine guns, so you know, beams were just a step up in general. And he has Alpha Zero, who could, you know, conquer the world pretty easily. After all, it's designed to take out, you know, the entire Federation fleet. I hate to say it, that funnel animation is literally the same for everyone. It was the same for Char, same for the new CL, or same for the Sazabi, same for the new CL. Kind of disappointing. But oh well. I mean, like, what do you expect? Oh. Oh god, those things. In UC Climax, which is this game for the PS2, it's basically like Encounters in Space, but for the PS2. Or like Gundam vs. Zeta Gundam, just improved. Those things would like attack at max angle you could get on it, so they'd miss all the time. But if you're fighting a mobile armor with the Alpha Zero, like you just pulled that once and their HP would drop. Like, because you're just getting every single shot, and it was doing more damage than you could imagine on them. Though in that battle, I used to use the Big Zom to kick things, Big Zom to throw tow missiles at people, and then, yeah, it was Big Zom to throw tow missiles, and then I would have the Psycho Gundam run around kicking things for no good reason. It's a fun game. Like, I might play that again, now that my computer can actually handle emulating it. That's pretty cool, though. Custom animations, because characters are using their own mobile suits like they're supposed to. Yeah. We're leaving one of these balls alive. Like this one here, probably. I'm wondering if we cover its cardinal directions, if it can still move. Then again, that was to be expected. You know, it is a beam rifle. So the clay bazooka is basically a bazooka that fires a missile full of pellets, so it's like a shotgun bazooka. Oh. Or, you know, in this one it's a straight bazooka, but what it's supposed to do is right before it gets to the enemy, it busts open, and like it just fillets the enemy. It's really cool. Hey, Rumble Raw leveled up. You can force them to be new types, which I find funny. Like, you can give them awakening powers. And for you... Bima Canonunu. We'll melee stuff with it later. I'm just wondering if the ball can move after this. Oh. Straight up didn't know it had those. Apparently it has shoulder-mounted energy cannons. Alright. And... Shinaju Stein. High beam rifle, because I think we've already seen the rocket bazooka. Oh, and we've seen that before too. That's like the standard animation. Well, we can't reach that anyway, so we'll just use this one.
まずはお手並み拝見といこうじゃないか。ほらほら、お仕置きの時間はこれからだよ。
Whatever you want to say, random Federation dude. Barrage or mother funnels? Alright. Pretty sure the funnels will be the same thing anyway, so... I know this game doesn't have anti-aliasing, but when they zoomed in on the Guy Milk, did it look like to anyone else that it's a low-quality texture stretched out? Like maybe like 640 or 720p texture just stretched out to look bigger? So I know like the 1080 thing was forced on them, so they kind of had to go with it. But that looked real bad. Also, apparently this thing's not very good in space. Thought it only worked in space. No. Apparently, no, it couldn't move. We don't want to kill him just yet. We want it to eject everything.